couple of years ago when I stopped drinking Mountain Dew, like massive amounts of it. I like water now. I drink a lot of water. It's about 50-50 water and then 50% mostly this.
Yeah.
But it's the lemon squeezed vitamin water.
Okay.
But it's also that liquid ice fruit punch. So it has a little carbonation to it.
Oh, okay.
So I do 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what get the little pup. Hey, welcome in, friendos. It is a gorgeous Thursday, May 30th. I can't believe May is already done.
Yeah.
Well, not quite. 30 days has September, April, June.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow
tomorrow
yeah.
will be the last day of May.
Yeah.
And then it's June. Pretty wild.
That is weird.
Crazy how time flies.
Yeah.
I mean, it just...
When you're stressed out.
No, I was going to say when you're having fun. when you're having...
Both are true.
I've never heard when you're stressed out, time flies. Time flies
Yeah.
when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Time seems to go slower when you're, for me, stressed out.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess.
Were you stressed out these last couple months?
Yeah.
Why for?
There's Easter, Holy Week. That's busy.
I was in
A lot going on.
March,
Okay. Well,
April, May. Couple
April,
months.
and then there's a lot of planning for the youth retreat in
Yes.
April, and wrapping up youth ministry for the spring season, and then the retreat. So it's just busy since like Holy Week.
Yeah.
You know, it's just busy.
Has been.
So stress and busyness. Maybe I'm conflating the two. Maybe it's time flies when you're busy.
Busy.
Is a better way of saying
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Tell us about the retreat. We haven't podcasted since the retreat. Yeah.
It was really good. Every year, I think, man, this is a lot of work. And, man, should we do something else? It's just a lot. And every year, I'm like, dang, that was really good. That was like, okay, that's why we do this.
Right.
You know, so we talked about hope. That was the theme. And so Kim Kringen and Kelly Goodham, mainly. I think Phil helped a little bit too. Got these Olympic games for the weekend ready. So they're all just silly Olympic style games, which set up the first talk well by saying, hey, I'm an Olympic hopeful. Me, Brax, I am an Olympic hopeful. And nobody believed me because, hope, the kind of hope that makes you an Olympic hopeful is the kind of hope that gives you vision, it gives you determination, and it actually changes who you are. If you set your hope on a certain thing at that level, then you change your behavior. And hope does that for us. And seeing how Jesus's kingdom coming really gives us a hope. The idea of Jesus' imminent return and the hope that we have in that actually changes the way that we behave. Because, if I was sure that Jesus was coming back tomorrow, I would probably live a little bit differently today. I would probably be a little bit more loving to people. I would probably be a little bit more patient towards people. Because there is the fear of judgment, but mainly it's like when someone's gone for a long time, like, a relative or maybe you're having company over, you clean up your living room when they're going to come over. And what you're doing is you're making a suitable environment for the guests to come. And so as Christians, when we're hopeful at Jesus' return, what we want to do is we want to love people because that is creating a suitable environment for Jesus to come and live here. So we talked about that, and then the last night of the retreat, we talked about hope beyond the grave and how Jesus announces his resurrection, his defeat of death, very personally. The way that he announces it is with one word, and it's Mary. And in that word is wrapped up that she is Mary Magdalene at the garden, weeping over Jesus' body being gone. Is in that one word is wrapped up that she's known, that she's loved, that her hope doesn't have to die, but her hope is actually now a living hope, as Peter says in 1 Peter 1. So that's how we ended. It was really funny to me because this has happened 3 years, the last 3 years that we've done a retreat. The last night of the retreat, I give a talk, and I really push for kids to just open up and receive Jesus if they haven't, and to give an opportunity to respond to the good news. And every year, for the last 3 years now that we've done this, there's been no response during the last song. And I'm always like, well, I guess that didn't land. Or it's like, well, maybe that's not where this particular group is at.
Right.
And that's, during that last couple songs, I'm always like, hey, it's good that, if that's not where they're at, maybe that was just encouraging for them to hear, and it wasn't something that they needed to respond to that way. And now, especially the last 2 years, wrapping up that time, it's been obvious that the Holy Spirit did do something, because this year we get done and I get back up there to close things out while you're leading worship, and I'm looking around the room, and there are a lot of teenage girls crying. It was funny. Some of them came up to me afterwards like, is this what you do? You make teenage girls cry? And I'm like, this is not my intent. But, look at what? Whoa. World's okayest pastor? Is that what it says? Oh, care pastor. I wouldn't say that. Okay. Yeah, he had to. Yeah. But, we got to do a baptism.
You're just
it's because
right
your skull,
this, and so it's washing out you, like the shirt is all washed out. Let me see if I can fix that.
Hey, Andy, I don't think you have to worry about it anymore.
Oh no, you're not on the end. I'm
okay.
Be on the end.
So, got to do a baptism.
Andy just called me a washout.
Got another baptism planned for this Sunday from that week. And then got to have some pretty in-depth conversations. And some of our youth didn't even talk to me, talked to some of our leaders, So this is really good.
As a former youth pastor, that to me is ideal.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Because most youth pastors don't like doing much.
Here's the
can attest, man.
I mean, we've all been. We are or have been youth in youth ministry at one point or another. So we all know what that's like. Hey, Greg.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
What's new?
Not just okay, huh?
My mug, that's new.
Your mug is new.
I'm going to do this thing where I sit down and then don't sit down because I don't like sitting here.
Okay.
So I'll do this and then I'll stand up in a minute.
You're like Ben preaching.
Whenever you stand up, I'm going to sit down.
Okay. Then Brax is just going to stay static.
Yep.
He's going to stay.
I'm going to stay sitting because youth pastors don't like doing
They don't like doing anything.
Yeah.
They don't like doing anything.
Yeah.
But somehow
It's just
learn how
trying
do
to
most
conform to the group that I'm ministering to,
Yeah.
I got to act as much like a youth as I can. So,
Yeah, complain when you have to do stuff.
Yep.
Like,
Gosh.
get up. Ugh.
God.
Yeah.
Can you take the trash out? God.
Start calling. You
my
should
life
call.
is over.
You should start calling Ben bruh.
I think I need to wear more ripped jeans in order for that to even work out.
Yeah. The
Exactly.
joke used to be back in the 90s, early 2000s. It was like the rope belt. The leather rope belt.
Oh, yeah.
That you would
Yeah.
loop back down and
Yeah.
into, So anyway, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just kind of a little busy getting ready for Sunday and
Yeah, we were just
such.
talking about busy. Do you think time flies faster when you're having fun or when you're busy?
Probably either or both.
Or when you're stressed? That's the third option. Pick A, B, or C.
I'm gonna say I think they're two different things. It's the same. You could say it for either one, but it's different.
Explain yourself.
What? I don't feel
Enlighten
like I need
us.
to.
Yes,
So,
you do. You do because I'm
time
asking
flies
you to.
when you're having fun because you don't want the fun to end. Time flies when you're busy because I don't know. You just when you get to doing stuff when you're working, if things are busy, it's just like, oh wow, it's already 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you're having fun. It's not like busyness can't be fun. You might be having fun,
Yeah.
but I just remember that when I worked. See, I'm getting up.
Nope.
When I was in
sit
high
down.
school and I
Sit
worked
down.
at Taco Bell, if it was slow, not busy, it seemed like the shift took forever because
Yeah.
it's like you're just standing around.
Yeah.
Did any shift at Taco Bell feel like it went fast?
Yeah. I can guarantee.
Yeah, we could have busy times.
Okay.
So it was kind of a rougher neighborhood, but also there was a nightclub across the street. So on Friday nights and
Dude,
Saturday
oh,
nights,
You
like
get slammed.
Yeah.
so busy. And as you can imagine, the people in the
Interesting,
drive-through,
interesting people. I bet.
yeah, should not. First of all, should not have been driving.
Okay. What's the most interesting person that you or interaction you had through the drive-through?
Man, it's so long ago, but I do remember
You're old.
people. So my friend John, he was like a couple years older than. So me and my friend Jason, me and my friend John all worked. John was a couple years older than us, and he like kind of wore his stress. I'll say that. Like, and he was a shift manager.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were like, I was like a junior in high school. So, but he was like 18.
Yep.
So they made him like a shift manager
Yep.
because it's,
Because they're desperate.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he didn't have a felony record.
Right.
Like the rest.
Those two things,
like
very
most of
important.
the other people that we worked with.
Yeah.
And I just remember people getting like he would just wear his stress and get upset with people like customers in the drive-through. And I just remember people telling him like, "Oh, dude, chill," or
Yeah.
"You need to like take a what's that Valium,
Oh,
Valium or whatever, Valium."
Yeah.
That
Say
I don't
chill
think
pill. Remember
Yeah.
that?
I don't
That was a
Yeah.
think
old
they
school
take that
pill.
anymore.
Yeah.
But
Chill.
yeah. I don't remember a lot of. I remember one old man used to come every day
Yep.
for
We
lunch.
had one at Wendy's. Ken.
He would come right at 11 o'clock,
Yep.
and we would order 2 bean burritos, no cheese, and a water, and it came to $1.27.
Dude, you even remember? I remember Ken's order. It
Yeah.
was 4-piece spicy nugget and a chocolate frosty, but I don't remember how much it cost.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I
Dude.
remember like that because it was every day.
Yeah.
During the summer, like I'd work more like day shift, and that's what he drove this old white truck, like a classic old white pickup, like I don't know Ford or Chevy, and it had like white hubcaps on it.
Oh my gosh.
It was cool,
That's
but it
awesome.
wasn't like super. It wasn't like he could go enter it in car shows.
Right.
Nice. It was.
Sounds like Chevy.
It wasn't in bad condition, but
Yeah.
he didn't like. It wasn't like cherry or whatever.
Yeah.
Like he still drove it around,
Yeah.
and you'd see him pull in every day, same time, 2 bean, no cheese, and a water. Yep.
We
Wonder if he's
had-
still alive. He was about
Probably
90
not.
years old then.
Yeah. He's probably gone.
Probably.
We had
He ate
one.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, yeah,
regularly.
he's definitely gone. We had one closing night. I was the shift lead. I was the 18-year-old without the felony
Yeah.
record, and I was closing.
You were.
Yeah, things have changed. I've been a youth
That's how
pastor
you
for
gotta
5
do
years.
Youth
you know?
ministry, yeah.
Driving fast and taking chances. So we had there's like a white van, pulled through, and that can go one of two ways with white vans.
It's either the church group
Yeah. Well,
Or the
I guess it
homeschoolers.
can go 4 different ways.
or it's a creepy guy.
That was one of the ways
Sound
I
like
was
it,
thinking.
yeah.
Well, so what it was, these guys pull up, and the 2 guys in the front seats, they look like they're from the A team. Just jacked,
Yeah.
tattoos, short sleeves. They've got vests on and badges. And the guy driving is like, "Hey, do you need a convicted felon to help you with any of your dishes?" Or it was a fugitive. That's what it was. A fugitive. Like, no, I think we got it here. And he's like, "Well, that's what we got in the back." So these guys were like marshals or something.
And they were just seeing if the guy could help wash dishes.
He was just kind of, yeah. But it was.
I wonder what they would have done if you would have
If it said, yeah,
sure. Yeah.
I should have rolled with it.
I don't want to wash dishes.
But
Yeah,
I gave
really.
them both free Frosties because I thought they were some of the coolest
Yeah.
people that I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
They looked like they were out of a movie, and it was crazy to think there was a fugitive,
Yeah.
just feet away. It was awesome.
I didn't know our volume was on.
I could hear it very so slightly.
Yeah,
That's interesting. Never had that. We had lots of drunk people come in. It's Taco Bell, especially if we worked late in that nightclub across the street. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We had a
good
lot of
times.
people come through our drive-through thinking that we were Arby's. Because here in Rogers, they're right next to each other, and the signs apparently don't line up in people's brains. I had someone come through and was like,
Take a beef and cheddar.
Yeah.
"Oh, so many times, dude." Yeah,
We don't
it was
sell that
it was
here.
all. So anyway, this guy Jeff would go on. He's actually like semi-local.
Name is
He'll
Jeff?
yeah. Well, he would cut me off. I wouldn't be able to finish. He'd just go, "Sir, this is a Wendy's." Like, oh, sorry, I just drive off. But there was one time that a guy was like, "Hey, I want to buy that new chicken sandwich I've seen your commercials for." And I watched TV. I didn't see any commercials. I didn't know of any promotion. And I'm like, what is he talking about? And no one told me anything. We were just in the middle of a rush. So I was like trying to explain to him our Chicken Asiago Ranch Club, you know? And he's like, well, what's on that? And I go through the whole thing. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll have that one. And he goes through, and as soon as the guy passes, everyone cheers for me. And I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, way to go. He wanted that chicken sandwich from Arby's, and you sold him on one of ours.
Nice.
And they totally thought I meant to do it. I
Nice upsell.
was totally oblivious. It was great. That was a fun
hilarious.
place to work. Those fast food
Well, I was going to
places.
ask you that. It's like,
Yeah.
was that working? I never had a fast food job.
Oh, that explains a lot.
They were fun.
What do you mean that explains? Explain that.
Yeah.
What is a lot to explain?
Did a lot to explain.
To not have to explain.
I don't know, man.
You're just saying your customer service is lacking.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying.
He's just short with the cashier. I don't know. Might have something to do with height. I don't know.
Height.
I'll tell you this: we didn't get
This
tips
is our banter.
like everyone now.
People get tips in the drive-through.
tips are getting out of hand
Yeah, I know.
everywhere. You got tip everywhere, or they ask.
I know.
Yeah, with the iPads,
Yeah.
like a tip.
Okay, they turn it, and they pretend like I'm not going to look.
Yeah.
Like,
Do
well,
I have
good.
to tip at the dog kennel?
It's probably
The groomers ask for tip.
Yes, that's what I did ask, but
But it's kind of
just
like
regular
when you
boarding.
get a haircut, you used to tip. I don't know. I haven't gone to a barber but for
Neither
my
have
kids, I've cut my own hair for years. But my kids, you're supposed to tip like them, right? That was like one of the
Your
few
own
places.
children?
No, like whoever cuts your hair.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Where do you get your hair cut?
Mark Johnson.
Mark Johnson.
Do you give them a tip?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's my friend. I'm gonna.
Which would be a good reason to not have to tip.
I know.
No,
Also,
I
he's
guess.
like,
I mean, here's $2
also it's his
extra.
shop. You're paying him directly already.
Yeah, I know.
That's what's kind of weird.
Yeah. I feel guilty if I don't tip.
Yeah.
So even with it's things that are so, I hate some of them. It's like this is literally your only job.
You're just
Like some of them,
standing behind
and like
the
you
cash
didn't
register.
do anything. Like I think it's like noodles. Sometimes will ask for a tip, and I'm like,
This
I
fast
ordered food from you.
Yeah, most of those
You
places
didn't serve me at all.
they add up all the tips and disperse it between everybody.
Yeah.
Some of them don't.
Okay.
Stadium. My mom and sister found this out. I think it was at the Texas Rangers game. They said last season they asked for a tip at the concessions or something, and my mom asked them like, "Do you guys actually get it?" And they said, "No. It basically goes right to the company." Yeah.
Evil corporate
I
greed.
know. The other one I hate is like when I'm checking out at like PetSmart and it asks me if I want to donate
Round up
for like
or donate a dollar.
donate for like pet something. I'm like, no, you are a huge corporation that can make a donation if you would like.
Yeah.
Like I'm paying for crickets for my kids' frogs. I don't need to also donate
Yeah.
for your dog shelter thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like that one. I don't like that. I don't mind rounding up because I hate change. So
Yeah,
Well, I
that
don't
makes
ever
if I'm
pay
paying
with
cash like
cash.
that, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll round up. But I
I like when
saw
it's like
John-
8:58. You want to round up to to help starving kids.
the
Like,
Taco
nah, I'm
Bell
good.
one's a little shady.
They're not.
Yeah.
That's the point.
John Christ is
2
like,
cents.
Nah. That's it. He's like, don't tip. If I'm standing, I'm not tipping. That's his.
If you're
his new rule.
standing, you're not
If I'm
tipping.
standing up, I'm not tipping. I'm not going to
That's
give a
funny.
tip. But the Taco Bell one, the roundup is a little vague. Would you like to round up to help kids' education?
To help kids education.
And I'm like, what's it mean? Like, where's it going?
Yeah.
How is it
What
helping
kind of
kids
education?
And they're like, I don't know, man. That's what he told me. I don't know.
The
You
one in
don't have to do
Rogers?
it. Yeah. This was probably a year ago. He's like, just don't do it. I don't know. I don't know. We just have to ask. I mean, there's no organization. It's just to help kids' education.
You might be the only person that ever asks, though.
Yeah.
Like, well, how is this money
Well,
being
because
used?
it caught me so off guard that time. It was so vague.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't like to help, XYZ charity
Right.
or, oh, what's that? Well, it helps kids.
Right.
Whatever. It was just to help kids' education. I'm like, wait, what? Like, what is that? And they had no answer.
Well, I
So-
guess if they keep eating Taco Bell, then that will help them
I guess.
live, and that helps them get more educated because you have to be alive to be educated.
Yeah.
So maybe we're not doing anything when we give money to Taco Bell.
Well, you're slowly dying.
That's true.
I'm,
Well, slowly, faster.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're
Faster
all
slowly.
We're all slowly
Dying.
dying. Yeah.
But I do say my time at Taco Bell taught me that I don't want to work at Taco Bell my whole life.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
the biggest lesson I got.
Yeah.
I don't want to work retail.
Mhm.
I don't want to work. It's sad because I love people. I'm obviously a people person,
Yeah.
but it stinks, man. Like when you do like fast food or retail, the general public, people are rude.
Yeah.
They're mean to you.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a perception thing.
Well, it takes like 1 or 2 per shift, but that's all
Right.
you remember.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is I think people perceive retail workers, fast food workers, restaurant as it's very transactional.
Mm-hmm.
It's very me focused, consumer focused. So it's like you're the problem. If I'm not getting, you are
Yeah.
a food robot.
Yeah.
And you're broken because
Yeah.
you're not getting this to me in 60 seconds. So
But the same people complain about AI now.
yeah. Well, but that's the thing.
You got your food
Yeah,
robots.
it's like you got the robots that will never
Self-checkout.
make an error.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, we're losing jobs in this country. It's like, make your choice.
Yep.
Pick your poison, man.
All because you were rude to the high school kids.
Yes, exactly. Do they want to work there anymore? No, they don't. They want to play Minecraft
That's
and
right.
get paid for it.
Yeah. That's what they all want to do.
Which is insane.
It's not
crazy
Minecraft
to me.
anymore either. You're getting
It's
old.
Roblox?
You're old. That was the first old man statement I've ever heard you make.
Really?
Yeah.
The
Like
first?
legitimate, like you're a dad now
Yeah.
and you're old.
Yeah.
Kids
Yeah.
still
What is it?
play
Roblox,
Minecraft.
right?
Kids
Is that
play
the other one?
Minecraft.
Yeah.
They play Roblox, but it's
Yeah.
not like
Fortnite.
I've
not
seen
middle
some
school and high schoolers.
28-year-olds still playing.
They still do.
Minecraft.
It's
Yeah.
just not as
Because they
big.
grew up with it,
Yeah. That's weird to say.
What?
They grew up with
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Well, somebody will. Somebody
Yeah,
has
It is
to.
weird.
Well, I'm 29, and I think it came out when I was 14. So I don't know about growing up
I'm
with
gonna
it.
say maybe a little bit before that.
That it came out a little
Yeah.
bit? No, my brother and I had it. This is a big flex for me. We had it when it was in its alpha stage.
Oh,
Yeah, not even beta.
not even beta.
Not even beta.
Wow.
It was
November
before the-
18th, 2011.
Whoa.
So it was later than that. Well, no. Okay, so that when the alpha came out?
That's when That's when it was released.
Launched.
Okay.
I don't know about alpha.
The official
beta,
launch. Okay, so
other
we had it.
stuff.
My brother and I had it before that. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very
That's my-
cool.
That's my claim.
pretty
That's
big-
my claim to
big
fame.
flex.
It's like,
so,
oh yeah,
so cool, Brax.
thanks. No,
You might be the coolest person.
No,
in
you
the
are.
church. Shut up. I want to.
Listen, if Terry McEachern says that you're the coolest person at church, I trust that opinion. You probably are.
When has that door ever been opened during the week?
Oh.
It has not. No.
So time flies when you're stressed, when you're working, and when you're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
What happens? Because you and I both just got off vacation.
Yeah.
And I felt like my vacation was it just went so fast.
Mm.
And especially this last weekend where I wasn't doing a ton. It was a lot of fun, but I wasn't doing just like rest.
Yeah.
When doesn't time fly?
When doesn't it?
And why does it feel like the older we get, the faster things go?
I've heard. I watched a YouTube video about that once. I think it was like Veritasium or Vsauce, one of the two. Talked about why it seems like
Those words, I don't know what those words.
you don't know either of those channels.
No,
Old. Get him a walker.
he doesn't know either.
Listen, I'd rather dunk on you. He has kids. He's got white in his beard.
I got some. Yeah,
Check out those YouTube channels. They're
What are they? Yeah,
Vsauce.
don't
is
know how to
one.
spell
Oh,
it.
Vsauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of Vsauce.
Yeah, I think Veritasium is the other. I could
Okay.
be wrong about that, but Vsauce plugs the other channel sometimes.
Yeah, they all plug each other's
Yeah.
stuff.
But with the why it goes faster, what they were saying, and this seems to make sense, is like when you're a year old, it's like that's like 100% of your life
Yeah.
is 1 year,
Yeah.
and that's crazy. And then you're 2, well, that's 50%. Like that next year was just 50%, and then 3, and then it just keeps going. So then time isn't as big as you get older.
Yeah.
It's kind of like moving at getting up to the speed of sound. It's like sound is bunching up in front of the jet. That's what it looks like with time, with people. Because now 100% of your life is divided into a ton of years. Way more than me. He said he wanted banter today, so this is.
But wouldn't you?
happening.
It seems like it would make time feel like it's longer because you have a lot more memory to pack in there.
Yeah. I don't know.
Don't look at me. I have no idea. That's why I'm the guy asking the questions.
You know what I finally watched the other day?
Do we have to guess, or are you just going to tell us?
Well, I asked the question. Do you know?
It's a Christopher
No, I
Nolan
don't.
movie.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Tenet.
Nope.
No,
That
with
might
time,
be an excellent
it'd
list.
be
Can my voice
Inception.
watch that?
Memento.
Inception.
Memento.
Sorry, not Inception. Sorry, Interstellar.
No, it was Inception. Yeah.
I hate that. I changed my guess.
Such a good
Memento, I
Yeah.
watched, years ago,
Okay.
and I had no idea that was Christopher Nolan until recently when I just saw it. But can my kids watch Tenet?
Yeah,
Is it?
I can't remember anything bad.
It's not overly violent. Inception had like lots of shooting and stuff.
Yeah,
There's a little bit
Language.
There's a little bit of action, but not. I don't think there's any nudity.
Yeah, I don't
A little bit
remember
of
any.
language.
It's PG-13, so
Yeah.
it's
I
not-
don't think they would understand it.
it is one of the harder Christopher Nolan movies to
It's-
understand.
yeah, it took me like 4 or 5 times watching
Inception
Yeah.
was like Asher and I. We all three were watching it, and then Evan at some point wanted to get on his Oculus, and then he's like playing right to the side of us, gorilla
not,
tag.
not distracting at
gorilla
all.
tag, and like, then he's like, "What's happening? Give me an update." I'm like, no. And then like half hour later, he comes back in. He's like, "Okay, what's going on?" I'm like, "No,
Dude.
you can't."
There's no way.
Well,
No
look
shot.
at they're on different levels of dreams. This is like the third level, and
Yeah.
And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, you're just not going to get it." So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
All his movies seem good.
Mm-hmm.
I have to watch Memento again. I haven't seen that in years.
I have never seen that.
You
a good
haven't?
movie.
I haven't seen
I
it.
saw it like several times, but it
Do you know
early 2000s.
how it works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and then
On the DVD special features, you can watch it in like from time wise from
Yeah.
like
Oh,
beginning
really?
to end instead of
I remember that.
each scene
Yeah.
goes from the end and then back to the middle,
Right.
or the beginning
Yeah.
to the middle.
Huh.
They just kind of flip flop.
That's cool.
Flip flop.
Also, Monday morning, Asher and I watched Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah,
That was good.
was a decent movie.
You see
It's good.
that?
Christian Bale.
Mm-hmm.
He's good in everything.
And McConaughey, right?
No,
Who's
Damon.
No, Matt
Damon.
Damon.
Okay, that's right.
He's the same in everything. He's the same
Damon?
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a Matt Damon moment in every movie, at the end where his character is like,
Oh, I thought you meant like in every movie, even
Yeah.
ones that he's not in.
Yeah.
no, in every
He's
Matt
that
Damon movie,
important.
there's a moment toward the end where he has to like come face to face with who's like the bad or not an evil, but like just the, in this case, it was the Ford exec that was trying to control everything and come between him and Henry Ford II. I can't remember the Mustang guy. Anyway, and where he has to like get in the guy's face and tell him basically, no, I'm not going to do what you say. I was like, every single movie Matt Damon has that scene.
Does We Bought a Zoo have that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, that's one of all-time favorites for my kids.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We
It's a
Bought
good
a
movie.
Zoo. Okay.
What's your favorite thing, guys, to do to just rest and wind down?
Sleep.
Yeah.
To rest? What?
Yeah. Arguably the most restful thing to do.
Maybe,
What
maybe
else?
not.
Do you not sleep?
What's your favorite thing when you have downtime? What's your favorite thing to do when you have downtime?
This is sad, honestly, but just sit on the couch and turn on a ball game or a movie. Where it is fun, like you'll get here with kids. Like now, there's so much more that we can watch with them, like movie wise.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
excited
let
for
a
that.
few things go. Jordan's way more strict on it than I am, as you can imagine. But the way I look at it is like, oh, Asher's 14, Evan's 11. I saw this movie when I was like 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait a minute. And I'll call my mom. You let me watch this
Yeah.
when I was no, it is fun to go back. We watched Zoolander again last
man.
night. There's parts of that I have to skip, but
Yeah.
that movie's so funny. It's so stupid, but it
I haven't
on
seen the whole
purpose.
thing, but I love that when he shows him the model of the school.
Yeah. What is
He
this?
gets so
a
mad.
reading center for ants?
So dumb.
It's the Derek Zoolander School for kids who don't read good.
I was never a huge fan of that.
Oh, see,
Zoolander.
you got to watch it again
Nope.
because you probably went in thinking, "Oh, this is gonna be a good movie. We'll teach some moral lesson," and
No. Why do you think that?
otherwise you would like it.
No,
It's so dumb.
I
like,
know.
on
I like
purpose.
dumb
It's
movies,
dumb.
but it's just
Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. You need to.
Have you ever seen Kung Pao?
No.
Enter the Fist?
No.
It's so dumb, but
Yeah.
it's so funny.
I think I saw
maybe
that
it's just Ben Stiller. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't like that either.
It was okay. I mean, he wasn't as like Ben Stiller.
I know he's
Yeah.
like a
just
serious
a
or a
normal
normal
guy.
guy.
Along Came Polly.
I didn't know that was a
That was an
remake.
uncomfortable movie.
The Walter Mitty movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's from
I
like the
didn't know
40s or 50s or something.
I like to sit in a hammock and read. That's my thing. Or go to a lake. Those are restful things for me. Growing up on a lake, fresh water, swimming.
Yeah, I mean, I like
So
doing
good.
other things, but
Yeah. It's not my only
but
thing.
it's
What do you guys think about? I don't know if it's in the Bible this way, but there's a kind of an idea of like the spiritual discipline of rest.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Do you mean the Sabbath?
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you mean that like what God did the seventh day?
Sure.
That one.
How many Christians today do you think actually engage in Sabbath?
What do you mean by it?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think you have to define because people are so busy. You know, I think that's a part of our culture in America is busyness, and we kind of. I think we've talked recently about how there's even a kind of like a badge of honor of like well, I'm so busy, and it's like it's almost the rat race is to be more busy. It's like to be engaging in the rat race even more, and that's kind of there's a sense of pride of like I've got this and I've got this and I've got this. I got so busy, and we value that productivity, but productivity is good, but I think it's also. It's slavish eventually, and that's part of why God puts this in as the fourth commandment, is that you were slaves once, and you were worked 7 days a week, 365. But with me, you're not slaves, and you're not going to be treated that way. The most important thing for me is not your productivity in our relationship with God. And then that bleeds into how we treat each other. We don't use other people instrumentally that way of our slaves. Your servants, they get a rest too. And then it's not just with people, it's also with creation, is that your animals get to rest. The land gets to rest in the Old Testament, that every seventh year. And then the year of Jubilee, which is like this ultra mega Sabbath year, where the land gets to rest, people get to rest, debts are canceled. It's the closest thing I think that we have to a picture of what heaven ought to be. But for one, so I think we have to establish that in our relationship with God and as human beings, being productive is not the most important thing. Because if it were, I think God wouldn't design us to sleep for a third of our lives, Like, I realized that one day. It's like, wow, okay, God does not really want me to... It's important that I work, but it's not the most important thing. If he did, then it's like literally, if I get 8 hours of sleep, a night, and I live till I'm 90, that'll mean that I've slept for 30 years.
It's wild.
Right? Of my entire life. And so it's like, okay, we have to let go of the thought that being productive is the thing that's most important, as if that's what's going to make God happy, or as if that's going to make my life meaningful in a significant way. And then from there, it's trying to figure out how to do Sabbath, because out of all the commandments of the 10 in the New Testament doesn't have a repeated command that you need to be taking a Sabbath. Although the Lord's Day is a huge piece of the calendar week for the early Christians. I would say it's important to rest, even if it's just an hour, to disconnect from your phone, from all your devices, go unbionic. Been thinking about that lately, of how we're bionic, we're cyborgs, because we have our phones. Like I got, when I texted you about the podcast today, and you texted back, I felt it because it's on vibrate. I'm like, that's weird. I've connected my senses to technology. It doesn't even have to be implanted in me. People think of that as being cyborg. It's like, no, I just felt the vibration in my pocket.
It's just a different sense. You used to hear it.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But still, it's like, but
that.
it's attached to me. I've got my Fitbit that'll let me know.
Here's what's weird. I don't even feel it anymore.
You can just sense it? You just know?
I just know it's there. It pops in my brain. No, seriously.
You feel
I can't feel
the
that's why-
radiation.
Doug never texts me back.
No, I don't. Like, I used to...
He doesn't know.
I think just whatever nerves are right here where I've
Yeah.
had my pocket for my
They
phone
get
in this
worn out?
pocket for
Yeah.
years. It's like I don't even feel my phone.
Desensitized?
Yeah.
And then when I got the watch, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. Now I could tell when I get a text or something again. And
Do you ever get ghost ones where you don't have your
Yeah.
phone in your pocket
Yeah.
and you feel like,
Yeah.
I just got text, but wait,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
phone's not. What's
Yeah.
that about?
it's weird.
I think it's, yeah.
It's your nervous system. Like,
Yeah. It's probably a
Purging
sign of stress too, that we're hyper alert to those things.
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I'll look at my phone and like, whoa, I didn't even feel any of this.
Yeah. That's good, man.
I know, but I also don't want to put the volume on because that's just
No.
annoying. Like,
No.
isn't it weird to hear a phone ring now, like a cell phone?
Yeah.
Like
Notice you
ringtone?
sat down. I'm gonna stand up again.
It's strange to hear like a ringtone. No one has it except
for Doug.
Except for older people in church. That's when you hear it in the church service.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my ringtone would be if I turned it on.
I don't know either.
You don't?
No, I have no idea.
Okay.
Try it.
The only reason I know mine is because I created a custom one.
Really? What is
what's
it?
your custom?
It's a song?
It's a intro to a song by John Foreman, the guy
Oh,
from
yeah.
Switchfoot.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just a little
Is that
guitar
like
part.
his 4? Didn't he do like 4 albums on seasons or something years
Yes,
ago?
it is actually from one of those.
It's one of those?
Yeah.
Let me guess. It's the summer one.
No,
It's about summer on a lake fishing.
no.
No? Well, I'm out.
Tried.
It's about winter vacationing in Hawaii. You're going to get us shut down, dude. Oh, there goes Facebook.
Quick.
And then my text tone is R2D2.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's all right.
Oh,
You got
come
you
on
good.
in.
Fine. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't formal, and then we'll just make her come on the podcast.
Yeah.
No?
Okay, silent mode off. Someone call me. I want to see what my
I would go
ringtone is.
around the other way. Go around the camera way. Yeah. That way you can be on camera when you do. Just a quick PSA. We got till June 10th to bring up some used or new fishing poles for our White Earth Native Children's Fishing Contest sponsored by Legacy Fishing Retreat. That would be awesome. We got a bunch of them, and we would take as many as we can get.
Yeah.
And look, are these brand new? Nice. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Awesome.
You're going to make so many kids excited.
That's great.
You figure out what your ringtone is? Or are you texting somebody? that
I'm
you-
asking Asher to call me.
Oh, I can call you.
Well, you were busy. You're so busy. You need to rest more.
I'll take another week off.
Hey,
What's yours, Brax?
my ringtone?
Yes.
I have no idea.
You have no idea what your ringtone is?
No, my phone is on my desk. So I will not know. It's probably just like a default iPhone.
Is it on silent mode?
No, I turned it off silent mode.
Did you turn it off while I was calling you?
No, it was off already because that's the first thing I checked.
Is
Volume's
your-
all the way up.
Now,
I know how
the
to
other
look.
thing is your sound and haptics volume.
Yeah, as people get older, it's harder to. Yeah.
Quit moving. See, that's all the way down.
Yeah, on purpose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, and this is.
I'm pretty sure
it usually
that's.
will say Andy Schultz.
Isn't that Doug's old ringtone?
Probably.
It like has to.
How come it's not
For care
saying it?
pastors.
Oh, maybe that's.
Oh,
if
it
I had
usually
the
says
earbuds in.
Andy Schultz?
Yeah.
It announces me?
If you have ear.
Yeah, if
AirPods
you have
in.
your headphones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't do that when I have my. Does it have to be AirPods? Fancy ones?
I don't know.
I think it depends. On what. Because I think my Jabras will tell me who's calling.
Because I have Jaybirds. They don't tell me.
Did we just say the same thing?
No, you have Jabras. I have Jaybirds.
Jay Bird.
Oh,
This is riveting.
This is.
yeah.
So, go ahead.
What were you going to say, Greg?
I was going to ask. Paul just texted a Babylon Bee thing that Angel Hernandez recently retired.
Yeah. For those of you who don't
MLB
know,
umpire.
Angel Hernandez was the worst Major League Baseball umpire in the history of the universe, and he just announced his retirement.
In other words, baseball paid him enough to walk away.
Greg said it was the best call he's ever made.
But Paul just texted a meme from Babylon Bee that says Angel Hernandez accepts new job as a Boeing inspector.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that is.
So-
But it's terrifying.
Yeah. It's
So-
true.
Just a joke. Doesn't have to be scary.
I thought Babylon
what-
Bee was true.
So Tenet, huh? Yeah, that's where I get all my
Tenet, yeah.
news. I get all my news in Babylon Bee. Tenet. Oh, now Asher's calling me. He just saw my text.
Well, we're heading kind of into a unique time of the year where school's ending. We're wrapping things up with our program year. Summer, which in this state and states that have like extreme cold, and warmth, there seems to be more space for a lot of people in the summertime to do less.
Mm-hmm.
But also, like here at Northridge, that's not necessarily the case. We got VBS coming up soon.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are extremely busy. Some people are not as busy. But what would be some really small, for people that don't regularly incorporate Sabbath or rest into their daily or weekly life, even daily life, I suppose, what would be some kind of small things that we could give them to try this on a daily or a week, once a week, try this?
Mm-hmm.
That not only would be just sitting on a couch watching, sport events. Why did I say it that way?
Sport ball.
Sport ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that one.
but also, because I think the right kind of rest can be very productive.
Yeah.
Or good for you, or
Yeah.
nourishing, or even spiritual. So what would be some things that we could give people to sort of tiptoe into the waters of incorporating healthy spiritual rest into their lives? Since you do something on Sabbath every week,
Yeah.
why don't you start with something simple?
Yeah. Well, first, if anybody listening wants more resources, I can recommend one for sure. A.J. Swoboda. The book title is Subversive Sabbath, and that's a really, really good read. That helped me in starting my journey into Sabbath. If you want to hear me talk more, there's a cool podcast called Brax Tax. We have a couple episodes on Sabbath. But as far as little things,
Where can they find that?
on Spotify, wherever there are podcasts. It's kind of on everything. But Brax Tax, like a thumbtack. But yeah, not taxes, because we want people to actually like the title.
Even though it would work with Brax.
Yeah, it would. Yeah, a little bit more symmetry there. Small things for Sabbath. Don't do things that, one, feel like work. That's an important one. Mm-hmm. Do something that you enjoy. I would say, from what I understand of what Sabbath looks like in the Bible, that Sabbath is about enjoying God with people in his creation. And I would say even with his creation. It seems like there's a celebration that creation itself enjoys about who God is on Sabbath. It's, the first full day that Adam and Eve are alive for is Sabbath. They're called to rule and have dominion over the earth. So the animals are kind of like the subjects. And the first full day that they're alive, they're off the throne. They're just playing with the subjects. They're not ruling. So don't do things that feel like work. There should be an element of connecting with God. There should be connecting with others, especially family. If you're in that context where you live in a home with other people, connect with them. And then have an element where you're outside if you can. That's not always the case with Minnesota. Sabbath is harder for us as a family during the winter months. For us, we try to stay off of screens from Sunday night until Monday night. Monday night is movie night for us lately. It's just fun to turn something on with popcorn and cookies with the kids. But so don't do things that feel like work. Connect with God, connect with others, connect with his creation. And then another one that I would say, and I just kind of alluded to, is no screens. it's very hard to find rest when you're on your phone or on YouTube or social media or whatever. It's just very hard. And the connection with God, connection with others is more difficult with a screen. So even if I kind of give some tiers of easier to harder. The one easiest, which might feel hard, would be probably just pick an hour this week where you're not going to have your phone on, like it's turned off, and no screens, and just maybe pick up your Bible, or take a walk in a park and pray. Just try that for 1 hour. Then it would be probably moving up to, picking a day of your week that you can realistically say, I am going to have my phone off the whole day, and I'm going to, for a lot of people, Sabbath is Sunday in their mind. You get to connect with God through our worship services, connect with other people, other believers that way, connect with family. Just have your phone off, connect with God, connect with your family, do something fun, but don't work. Don't do any of the projects that you save for the weekend. Just be with your family. They want you, they need you, and just go for it. Another thing that I would recommend too is for Sabbath, either the same day that you're doing all this rest or a different day. Don't buy anything one day a week. Other people need to rest too. So don't make other people work while you're enjoying rest would be a recommendation. But those are some thoughts.
Those are good thoughts.
Cool.
It's good.
All right. The end. See you
Haven't
guys.
thought
Have a
about
good day. What else is? Can you add anything to that, Greg?
No, it's all good.
That's what I figured.
It's a little legalistic to me. There are a lot of don'ts.
Well, but
there are
what's
a lot of
great-
don'ts in there.
Can I share one more then?
Yeah, just joking.
Well, no, it's a helpful thing to bring up, because I think very often we look at the commandments of God, and when we read David saying stuff in the Psalms like how I love your law, we're like, dude, what are you talking about? These are all things I'm not supposed to do, and all these things I am supposed to do, and it seems really burdensome. Sabbath, I believe, is the gateway drug into experiencing God's commandments as blessing. Because here's how harsh our God is. He demands that you take a 1-day vacation 1 day a week.
Yeah.
We are harsher on ourselves
Right.
than he is on us. And so when I would say, do it, just enjoy his blessings in all forms of connection with him, connection with others, his good creation. Because when we do that, then it's like, oh my gosh, okay, what's next? What's another thing I can start obeying God in? Because it's going to be really, really good. So,
Yeah. I think the underlying thing too is like, and where Jesus highlights is like the Sabbath is for us.
yes.
It's not for God. So there it's not, like I joke when I say it sounds legalistic, but it's like, but it's gone that way for a lot of people,
Yeah.
right? Like it is. And that was Jesus' point,
Yeah.
when he's getting harassed for doing certain things that were work Sabbath. And, there's value in unplugging and not, working, but just taking that regular time to rest and step away, but also spend some part of that time in your relationship with God, whether it's in prayer or, reading scripture or reading something that is, supplement to that, like a book or something. But, where I found, like, for me, regular, and this is daily, especially when it's not winter, is being out with the dog out because we had the big field out here. I'd play ball with them, and I used to take that time. I'd like put earbuds in or AirPods in, and I still do that sometimes if I'm want to listen to something. But more times than not, I'm going out without that. And this sounds strange, but even without sunglasses, like during the day, especially in the morning, I don't know. I started doing that even when it's bright, and I'm one that I always have sunglasses outside because it's, I don't know, my eyes are kind of sensitive to light. But I found that it's weird, but I feel like I'm like absorbing the day more, or at least like I'm a little bit more
without sunglasses.
Yeah, when I go out and play with the dog without sunglasses, maybe it's just a weird psychological thing. I feel more like present, and I do have conversations with God, spend time praying, and because there's nothing else to do but throw a ball, you know. But it's peaceful. It's out, you know. When I'm not getting attacked by mosquitoes, it's out in the
Did
grass.
you use that spray?
I will tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a spray tonight. But
Somebody told me that our eyes need vitamin D too. And if
I don't know. I don't know about
sunglasses-
any of that stuff. It's weird. It happened by accident. One day I went out without them. I'm like, oh, I forgot my sunglasses, but the dog's pulling me through the backyard. I'm like, oh, I'm not turning around. Because once he knows it's time to play ball, it's like he can pull me out. But I noticed like, well, it's kind of like different. It's like nice. So I try to go out without sunglasses now, at least in the morning. I notice like, and I don't know. That sounds like strange, but maybe there are little things that like help you focus in your connection to God. And I'm not a big, like, I love nature. I'm not a big nature. It's not like I have to be out in the woods and that's how I connect with God. Like, I know there are people like that, or be out on a lake or whatever, but that's not me. But there is something about that time. Maybe it's just like a little psychological thing. And so, yeah, I would say find things that help you connect with God. And definitely going to have to unplug.
Yeah.
Because
It's all about distraction.
Yeah, right.
You know, I mean, I think the bottom line is everybody's a little bit different. You know, everybody's unique. Everybody's different. Grew up in different generations. Whether it's Minecraft that's distracting you, or whether it's even a good book that's distracting you. You know, even though that could feel restful, I don't know. For me, it's not. It's a lot of work to read. But for some people, they just love sitting on the couch reading a book, and that's restful for them. But is it taking away from the main point of Sabbath, which is, you know, really having a time to connect with God? Yeah. And so try to, maybe the first few times you're really just exploring what is it the way that God has made me, and how can I dial into that so that I can take advantage and optimize these moments that, I mean, for some of you, it's just impractical to take more than an hour a day or an hour a week even, you know, because of schedule or kids or whatever it might be. But there is something there for you. And I like the list that Brax mentioned, and just some, you know, practical things that both of these guys shared. And it's never going to happen. Like you joked about legalism, but if you think about like exercise and getting in shape, there's some form of, whether you call it legalism or discipline or whatever it is, that you have to engage in order to make it a common practice. And so, you know, find that for you.
I think discipline's great. It's just it becomes legalism when I'm imposing my discipline on you.
Yeah,
Sure.
And so I had this thought with Kathy Glenn. I know you're looking at the clock. That's why I'm going to keep talking.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Brax has to go.
I don't care.
Soon. His wife has an appointment.
Oh, okay. Then I do care if it's Jessica. I don't care that.
If he's got youth
Jessica has a
pastor stuff
driver's
to do,
license.
we don't care.
No, because I think you'll enjoy this. I have a good thought every once in a while.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah.
So Kathy Glenn's in
Every
seminary,
700
and we're
words.
having like a conversation through something. This is almost a year ago, and she said, you know, we were talking about I don't know, something else, and she's like, I just find I'm not very disciplined in that area. And then later in the conversation, she was saying how she, you know, as a mom with kids growing up, how she was very stubborn with things. I was like, wait a minute, that's the same thing. Stubbornness is discipline. Discipline is like stubbornness with a purpose. Like it really is. It's the same thing if you think about it.
Sure.
Because
That's good.
any of us could be really hard-headed and stubborn. But then if you say I lack discipline, it's like, no, you just haven't placed that stubbornness in the right, like given it the right purpose and direction. But then if you put that on someone else, though, that's legalism to me. It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, I agree.
Discipline's for me, right? Like that's how, what I know I need to do, whether it's, diet or exercise or reading scripture or something that I know that God's wants for me, like that's discipline.
Yeah.
Like if I'm saying this is what I do and you have to do it too, that's legalism. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's
that's good.
anti-gospel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it is scripture and then
Right.
it's just good counsel. Then it's just like good counsel. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Brax has to take off, but Greg and I will kind of wraps things up here.
Okay.
But it's good to talk to you, Brax.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah. Excited for this weekend?
I am.
Yeah.
I love Celebration Sunday.
Awesome.
I love the food. I love the baptisms. I cry.
Are you guys here this weekend on Sunday at service? Yes, because you guys are 5-year small group leaders
Oh,
this year.
yeah.
Oof.
You and Jessica.
Sweet.
Okay.
What service will you?
I'll be at
you be
both of them.
Okay. What about Jess?
She'll be at the
You
first.
better ask. We'll call you up.
I love that.
Dude,
Which
better
one is
ask.
she going to be at? Answer. You better ask.
Yeah.
All
I know how
right.
it goes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds
no.
good.
Right. Okay. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love y'all, friendos. What a name.
Love you too, friendo.
Friendo.
Giving them. No, I'm talking to them. I'm not talking to you guys anymore. I already said I love you.
Yeah, I was looking at the screen.
Oh, okay.
It's Andy's screen.
Okay. All right. I'm going to turn this off.
Sounds good.
Switch. Click.
Well, speaking of this weekend, it is our annual Celebration Sunday.
Again?
Again, we're going to do it again this
Annual
year.
joke to annual. Again.
It starts with services here at 9 and 10:30, normal weekend services, and we're going to be having a little time of worship through music, some encouraging sermon from Ben to wrap up our Colossians series. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We started that before Easter, and so it's been a few months.
Actually, Easter was like
We had
almost halfway, wasn't it?
was it
Not quite.
halfway? Did we start it in after Christmas? So far, so far away. I don't remember.
It's been a while, but we're wrapping it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Although from my March to now has gone fast.
Yeah. Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
Because I've been having a lot of fun.
Oh. Okay.
After the services, there's going to be a picnic and hangout time at the Land of Promise, which is that way, right?
Yeah.
It's technically in Buffalo.
Yeah.
but
it's right outside. St.
Right
Michael.
outside
It's
of
on
St.
Lake
Michael.
Beebe.
It's
Or
like-
Beebe Lake or Lake Beebe? How do you say it?
Beebe Lake.
Beebe Lake.
18 minutes away, something like that. There's going to be picnic, food. It's all free.
Mm-hmm.
All the food is provided.
Yeah. Don't bring anything.
Don't
bring
bring
a folding
anything.
chair if you want for you and your family.
Right.
If you want to eat like picnic style.
Picnic
have some-
blanket or
somewhere
whatever
to-
you want. There's
somewhere to
going to be
sit.
some. Is there some
There's tables and
tables?
chairs, yeah, but I mean there'll be some. But I know folks like bringing their own folding chair, and you could group up with friends and that sort of thing.
And if you're inclined to help at all, there's a number of spots that we're looking for people to serve, whether it's even helping with parking, setting up, tearing down, runners, people to go get more supplies at some point during the picnic, food line. There's a number of things that if you go to our news and events or our events page, you'll see, click on Celebration Sunday, you'll see a list of things that you can serve. Following the picnic, there's going to be a baptism roughly around 1:30 in the lake. And if you're a follower of Jesus, you have yet to take that step in your relationship with God through the act of baptism, I want to encourage you to do that. You could still sign up to do that. Talk to one of the pastors. You could go onto the website or the church center app, fill out the form, and that'll ping us, and we'll get in touch with you. There's also an opportunity this summer at our family camping weekend in August, right?
Yeah.
That
August
you can
22nd.
also, that'll be out at Lake Independence and Baker Park. You could get baptized there too. So take your pick. Let us know. If you have any questions about that, get in touch with us. What else we got, Greg? You want to, oops, sorry. That's my text.
R2?
Yep.
That's funny.
What's
Did you
up?
do the women's, the mingle and move? Did you say that?
Nope, I
Women's
just started
event?
with the
Yeah, with celebration.
Yep, celebration.
Yeah, there's a women's event coming up June 10th. Mingle and Move. They're playing pickleball over at Otsego Park. Also, a kids end of the year bash on the 7th. It's coming up quickly.
June 7th.
Yeah, June
That's
7th.
a good day.
Is it?
It is.
Yeah, because there's a party.
It's my birthday too.
I know.
Oh, you knew that?
I knew that. So is that? I think they're having. Yeah, Lions, the park right down the street from church here with the splash pad.
Triangle
over there.
Park.
It used to be called Triangle. Now it's like Lions Central Park
Oh,
or something
boring.
complicated. I don't know.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Lions Club though. They do a lot of good work in Rogers.
that's true.
So
I don't know what they do.
I just don't like the name of that park. It could have been It could have been Triangle Park.
We were
brought to you
there.
by Lions.
We were there yesterday as a staff. We
Yeah.
played this. What's that game? Coob.
Coob or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Isn't it frustrating though?
That's what got me going. The allergies from the cut grass out there.
Oh,
Ever since I walked onto and like now I woke up this morning like chest is like congested and
you know what you need to do?
what do I need to do?
Work out a little.
Yeah? Maybe. I gotta do yards tonight.
Yards.
Yeah, my yards.
Oh, you mow and,
yeah.
and spray. Okay.
I'll try to inhale some of that bug spray. Maybe that'll help. That might help kill whatever's in there.
Yeah. Just make sure
yes.
you do it down, like
Yeah, I know.
down. You know,
Yeah.
don't stand downwind of it.
I know. I'm not going to shower myself in this stuff.
Yeah.
And
then
you asked
wait a
something right
couple
before
hours
this.
before Scully to go on it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see how I feel, how he's behaving.
Kids end of the year bash June 7th. Mingle and Move women's event June 10th. What else?
No, I shifted off that page.
VBS. June 17th through the 21st.
Yeah, but registration's open.
It
Yeah,
is.
Register.
It's for both elementary and preschool. They're both starting at the same time this year. Yep, they're not going to do the preschool.
Afternoon thing.
Yep, it's good. Everybody's starting at 9. Everybody's ending at 12.
Nice.
So, get your kids signed up. There's also opportunities for you to serve and be a part of it as an adult if you're able to do that.
Hey, I just noticed something.
What's up?
Are you done with VBS or you're still talking? VBS.
I'm
Sign
done.
up. Register. Sign up your kids. Sign up to serve. It's free also this year.
It is.
Again. So sign up. Invite your friends. The Boundary Waters trip high school has.
Yep.
We got to remind Brax and the crew to not leave their car in the parking lot. Do you remember that? Were you here a couple years ago when Brax
Yeah.
left his car in the parking lot? We had to tow it
Yep.
out of here because we
Yep.
got the parade set up the next day.
Yep. So
Yeah.
cannot park in the parking lot
times.
this year.
Do not park.
They have to park
parking lot.
somewhere else.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. That was hilarious. We had to tow Brax's car.
I mean, otherwise they
And
could
the
park
alarm
there
was going
if
off.
they if everybody left all their keys here. But it's
Yeah,
best if
there's
they
nowhere
just
to
don't
put it. There's nowhere to put their cars.
That's true.
This parking lot is jam packed with parade floats.
That's true. Don't
the
park in the
parade.
parking lot.
Yeah. Mission trips this summer. There's a whole slew of them you can sign up for, I think, still.
Honduras, July,
Alaska, Nut Lake.
Alaska, July, Nut Lake, August.
Yep. Lots of stuff. Summer's busy, man.
Yep. Church
the-
camping weekend, the one that I just mentioned out at
I
Lake
think
Independence.
there's a couple spots left there. It
Baker.
filled up pretty quick, though. Like, that's going to be a fun time. But we'll have the time out there to do baptism and stuff on that Saturday of that weekend. So, is it Saturday still?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of fun stuff happening. Ways to get involved. Check out the events page on the website for more info. You could click on any of those things to register, to sign up, or to get just more information or accurate information if we've missed anything. But yeah, find a good way to plug in, not only to be involved, but to serve and be a part of what we're doing. So it's a lot of fun stuff. I will say to me, events are fun, but I just think it's really fun to be a part of a team like that's putting on the event and like serving in that way. And I don't know, something fun about it. That Rockin' Rogers Parade, by the way, not only does the whole community set up, the floats, it starts in our parking lot, the parade does. So we open the building, and our good hosts, we have the air conditioning going and nice restrooms, so parade participants don't have to use the biffies outside if they don't want to. We got coffee in here, and so there's places to serve that day, just to be a good host, just to roam around the building and like welcome people in. So that's always a fun day. But yeah, there's lots of ways to connect, and especially if you're newer around Northridge, good way to get to know people is just to jump in on one of these events and serve with people. So yeah, man, anything new in your life going on? No? Okay.
It's good.
I don't know. You said you've had fun since when was that?
March.
Easter, March?
Middle of March.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Going to Hawaii anytime soon?
We'll see.
What island?
I haven't figured it out.
You got the Kauai hat on. By the way, did you see the car down the street when we were walking that have your Heki sticker on, and they had a Kauai sticker?
No, I didn't.
Your
wasn't
he
that-
is greater than I that I said
Right,
looks like Heki. Yeah.
It wasn't that big black truck, was it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No, I've seen it. I see it all the time. They live down there. It's a
Okay.
car. Anyway, yeah.
Well, if you have any questions about any of that
Yeah.
event stuff, let us know. You can email. You can email the office at nrf.life. Email Greg, GREGGT, at nrf.life.
That's Greg GT at NRF.life. Andy S.
Yep.
Andy's, but not like the mint.
Yeah, that's
Not like the mint.
You already made it confusing. Or just give us a call, or just stop by the building. Whatever way is easiest for you. We'd love to answer any questions you have or connect with you. Hope to see you this weekend at Celebrations. Oh, one of the things that we're going to do during the service, which we do every year, is we're having an open mic
Yes.
time, and it's going to be pretty standard of just sharing someone who God has used in your life to help you move in a exciting direction towards Him, or how has God used somebody in your life this last year? And think about people in the church, not necessarily Greg. I mean, he's amazing, but let's not all stand up.
I always say, my opinion is don't thank a pastor, because
Yeah.
we get thanked. We have
We get
Pastor
thanks all the
Appreciation
time.
Month in
Yeah.
October.
We feel very much appreciated.
Yes.
Every week, every year, and
people tell us all the time they appreciate
yeah.
us.
And
Yeah.
we appreciate your appreciation, but definitely be thinking of somebody. Maybe you served alongside them. Maybe they helped your kids. Maybe they were there for you in a really tough time in your life, or whatever it might be. Maybe it's somebody on the worship team that you just appreciated them leading. Maybe it's somebody, who knows, a greeter or whatever. Think of somebody, and you'll have an opportunity to share that on Sunday. The reason we want to give you a heads up about it is so you can kind of be thoughtful about it. Say something succinct. So, like for me, I know I'm up there each and every week, but I don't like public speaking all that much. So if you have somebody you just want to honor, be thinking about what words you want to say that would be able to encourage them and point people to Jesus.
Yeah. And I think Ben doesn't he usually say, like,
He'll have a
if
phrase.
you wrote it out, like 1 minute,
Yeah,
like
if
one
you wrote-
page typed is like 1 minute to read. Just
One
to give an
page,
idea,
double
like-
spaced. If you want to type it out and just read it, don't worry about it feeling cold or mechanical. That actually is one of the best ways to do it, because then you can get all your words in there. And you can say exactly what you want to say, and then you can just hand it to them.
It also gives you a sense of timing because, like, if you're not used to speaking, and
Yeah.
people always think like, "Oh, I could never talk for 5 minutes," but
and then they talk for like
they
10.
talk for 150 minutes. But it gives you an idea of like timing. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, enjoy the rest of this weekend. Hope to see you.
Yeah.
And say goodbye, Greg.
Goodbye, Greg.